Welcome back to They Did What? Your social internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to go over a story titled, Would I Be the A-Hole If I Left My Bi Partner at 15 years after she told me she'd like to explore SCX with women? And a shout out to AM for sending this story. And guys, this is about a guy, he is, 39 years old, been with this girl for 15 years, and out of nowhere, when they're in the sack, after they're about to have a roll in the hay, she brings up opening the relationship. Except in this case, she wants to chase the rainbow, if you will, or more like taste the rainbow of other women. And obviously this guy, as you can see, is not having this. But it's a big mess because he's dedicated 15 years of his life with her. And this is a good one to show you guys that regardless, if your gal wants to open the relationship, whether it's with other women or other dudes, doesn't matter, it's over. Because already, guarantee you, they're already cheating on you. Or they certainly have people lined up, which means they're scheming and everything, and they're already cheating. But also an important thing here is if you're a gal, you get together with a girl, and you're in the dating phase, and she let you know that she's bi, or she dated other women, or something like that, I'd advise just parting ways. I mean, you can have fun, but get into a serious relationship, I wouldn't advise it. Because so many times, they may, for whatever reason, say she claims she's bi, likes both. Well, down the road, all of a sudden, she can start really missing girls, the touch of a woman, whatever you want to call it. And that could really break your heart and destroy your relationship or marriage. Doesn't mean they're all going to do this, but the point is, it can happen. And it's best to just, if she's into other gals, you know what, find a gal that's 100%, hetero into dudes. So that starts off, says here, I, a 39-year-old male, was told yesterday by my bi partner, let's call her Jane, that she wants to be able to explore her bisexuality with women. She has never been with a woman before and grew up in a standard, repressed Midwestern household, and really only came to terms with her bisexuality about 5 years ago. Some background here. We've been struggling with our SCX life for around 7 years, now due to a libido mismatch. Well, I can imagine. You both like fish tacos. I would like to have SCX more often than we do, which is around once or twice a month. Dude, that's not very healthy. The reason you're not having it very much is because she's fantasizing about women, and it's not going to work with a big thing between your legs, dude. We have talked about this quite a bit and have been trying to work on it together. When we do have SCX, we do enjoy ourselves, I believe. No, she's not enjoying herself. She's putting on an act. But the past few years have been a struggle for me. And my self-esteem around my looks and my sexuality has been in the dumpster. Well, if she doesn't want you, and you have to freaking really work hard to get her to have a roll in the hay, that's going to definitely damage a dude's self-esteem and self-worth. A few weeks ago, Jane brought up the idea of seeing a SCX therapist to help us with the counseling as a couple and work on it. What I thought was a libido mismatch. I was a little hesitant, but I thought that improving our communication could only be helpful, so I agreed. We set up a consultation with a person that was scheduled yesterday on Monday. What is counseling going to do? If at the end of the day, if she's attracted to women and wants to be with women, you're mismatched. It's not going to work. On Friday night, we were cuddling with the intention of having you-know-what, when suddenly she started blurting out how we'd be working on some really new things in our relationship with a therapist, but we could talk about it then. I stopped her and told her that I felt it kind of cruel to drop a statement like that for me to stew for the next 48 hours. She 100% did that on purpose, dude. Trust me. This is all planned. Jane then said that it was really nothing new and that she just had a hard time talking about her bisexuality with me. I let it drop at that. I was caught off guard since I already knew she was bi years prior. We had not great sex, which was because I was distracted. Several times over the weekend, Jane tried to initiate SCX with me, which was a lot for her, but I politely declined. Finally, on Sunday, she asked me if we're okay, and I replied, I don't know, you tell me. She told me that she loves me and isn't planning to go anywhere. She loves our life together. I left it at that. No, what she wants is, let's be honest here, is that she can go out and have fun with girls and still have you around, and you get the bare minimum. That's not going to work. That's not going to work for you being as a couple. It's not going to work for your needs as a man. There's nothing wrong with that. If she's into women, okay, it is what it is. Then let her go explore. But this whole, let's stay together so you can be my guy and help pay the bills and everything, while I go have fun with girls, no. That ain't cool. That's selfish. So yesterday, on Monday, we were scheduled for our initial consult with the therapist. About an hour before, Jane asked me if I want to talk. So I say, yes, let's talk. I ask her what is going on. She reiterates that she loves me and the life that we've built, but she wants to explore her bisexuality with women and that she doesn't want to have any regrets when she's 70 years old. Really? That's going to be her big life regret when she's 70 years old? People usually have bigger things to have regrets about when they're 70, not that they didn't have an extra roll in the hay or that type of thing. This devastated me. Well, bro, what do you expect? If you went into this knowing she was bisexual and attracted to women, it's only a matter of time. After all the effort to try and improve our sex life, to basically be told that I like to fuck other people has left me absolutely dead inside. We've not discussed this further since the conversation because I really need time to process, as honestly, my initial reaction was just to end it right then and there. Well, you have every right to. And in a moment, guys, you're going to see, absolutely, he has the right to end it. I felt bad for the therapist as I was completely disengaged the whole discussion. Don't feel bad for the therapist. The therapist is used to this shit. I thought we were meeting with the therapist to work on a libido mismatch, and I find out that really Jane wants to put us in an open relationship. I feel like the whole thing was set up under false pretenses. Brother, it was set up. She absolutely knew what she was doing. I guarantee you when she booked the appointment, the therapist, whatever you want to call her, I'm assuming it's a chick, knew that that's what you're going to be talking about. She knew what she was doing. That's what they do. A big reason that this all caught me off guard is that Jane has always been super sensitive about infidelity. Well, that's ironic. She used to be hyper jealous in the early years and has significantly improved, but still occasionally cracks a joke about other women hitting on me. Honestly, a thing which does not happen. Also, to be clear, there's been no cheating on my part, and I'm a very boring guy who spends a lot of time on his hobbies or work. Yeah, I guess in the past when she was jealous is because she was jealous not because of them hitting on him, because she wanted to be with those girls. To wrap up, our relationship has been really good, and I love Jane. I hate the idea of breaking up, even if our talk on Monday wasn't an ultimatum. I don't know what I can get over being told, if you don't open this relationship up, I'm going to have regrets in an old age. I'm sorry, bro, but it's over. You can't be with someone like this, and you're going to find out soon enough why. He also says, since it's come up a few times, we have not discussed what would it be like to open it both ways. I assume she's going to pitch opening up for both ways for both of us. In the past, the topic has come up as we have some married friends that open up their relationships, as well as several polyamorous friends that she knows of, and I'm uninterested in that type of setup. Right there. They have friends that have open relationships, and also friends that have polyamorous relationships, which basically is the same thing, just little details are a little different. What I say about the people you spend time with, who your girl spends time with, they got that shit in her head, guaranteed. Hell, she maybe wants to fool around with some of those women, if she isn't already. Now to the update, because it says multiple updates here. He says, I took last night off work so that Jane and I could sit and have an in-depth conversation. About what? You're not going to get anywhere. I told her I felt like there was a lot she was holding back, so I dug into her feelings around her sexuality and other women. After a bit of back and forth, we arrived at that she wants to be able to have SCX with other women, and that she already has them picked out. Right there. Picked out, and yet women say they don't want to be treated like pieces of meat, but this chick has already picked them out. Gee, where'd she pick them out? She thought that last point would make me better, that she's not just picking out randoms on Tinder, but honestly knowing that she already has them lined up made me feel even shittier. Because she's cheating. She was also very clear that she wanted to work on us with a therapist before introducing the open relationship, however long that may take. You mean with the help of the therapist, brainwash you into seeing this as a good idea and staying with her. That's what she wants to do. We also addressed several other things, such as her introducing these ideas very poorly and setting up the therapist in a very poor manner, which she readily apologized for. She's not sorry, dude. I pitched to her a hypothetical that we put in the work with a therapist, but what if after some time I say I'm not okay opening up the relationship? Her reply was something along the lines of, well, we would need to unpack why you feel this way. That was the last straw for me. Dude, she doesn't care about you. All she cares about is herself. Being emotional as I am having a hard time knowing how rational I'm being. But it really felt like she was suggesting was using therapy to change my mind on something that not only is firmly held belief, monogamy, but has been the basis of our relationship for the past 15 years. Isn't this the chick who said she hates infidelity? Well, this is her way to get around it, to make it legal, essentially. I don't need to fucking unpack why I want a monogamous relationship, any more than I need to unpack why I fucking prefer women over men. I just fucking do. This guy's pissed. Yeah, see, here's the thing. She's hanging out with all these people that open relationships are polyamorous, and it's gotten into her head that those that want to be monogamous are the weirdos. I'm so tired and heartbroken. I started hunting for places to live this morning. Several of you brought up divorce, but I don't believe in the institution of marriage, so we never got married. Thank God for that, man. But if you have been living together so long and you live in a place with common law marriage, that might not matter. You still may get hit. Next update. He says here, a few people have brought up whether the relationship was going to be open both ways. I did not ask because I don't give a crap. I was not looking to catch her in some kind of gotcha hypocrisy. I just want to know if my relationship was over. Others have been asking me about just having a three-way. I'm sure 20-year-old me is going to die inside, but here is the answer I posted below. He says, I'm not interested in that, to be honest with you. My ego, with regards to my sexuality, is at an all-time low. I'm clearly not enough for Jane, so even if we bring another woman in our bedroom, am I really going to enjoy that fantasy? I think unlikely not. It'll be something new and fun for her, and I won't even be able to unsee the fact or compete with it. I think this would probably wreck me even further. So there you go. He shows this guy's growing up, and it's not what he wants. He wanted to be who he thought Jane was, and clearly Jane is not. Okay? And I'm sure his 20-year-old self is probably thumping him right now. But if she brought one of her selected women to the bedroom, what would happen? That woman would be all over Jane, not him. Now to the final update, how he handles this whole thing. Thank the Lord. He says, a few folks have messaged me last week to see how I'm doing, so here is an update. Jay and I tried a few sessions of couples therapy. That's a waste of money and time. I know many of you were suspicious, but I liked the therapist as I saw it, as she was unbiased, even challenging Jane a bit towards the end about whether she could compromise to make monogamy work. Jane and I talked a bit more about what she wanted the future of a relationship to look like. Once you open up Pandora's box of open relationships and everything, there's no closing it and bringing all the evil shit that came out of it back. It's over. The genie's out of the bottle. She envisioned that we would be non-monogamous. Essentially, that we could have other partners outside the relationship, but that these alliances would be emotionally meaningless. I explained to her the myriad of issues I saw with this arrangement. It's always the women that want to have these emotionless relationships. They just want to hook up, enjoy the butterflies, the excitement, the unpredictability, but it's the guys that actually want to have a meaningful relationship. But the women think, hey, I keep that guy around for the meaningful relationship part, even though it's not a meaningful relationship, and she can have fun with Chad and Tyrone, or in this chick's case, Jessica and Heidi. Ultimately, an impasse was reached. She wanted non-monogamy, and I wanted monogamy, and we could not find a compromise, and that was it. Because there are some things that are deal breakers. That's it. We ended things, and I'm truly baffled. Even as I sit here typing this 2 weeks after we officially broke up, I can't fathom how it came to this. Well, bro, this has been building up for years. Now, I still don't know if she said that she's bi when you first got together, or after years of you building a bond. I don't know yet. The breakup itself was very amiable, as such things go. I own a small business that has been open less than a year, and is still growing. So Jane makes quite a bit more money than I do. Thus, she stayed in our duplex because the rent was more than I would like to be paying. Also, I moved an hour north to lower the Cola area, and I now live exactly 1 block from my business, so my commute is rad. Well, that's great. 1 block, that means you can save a lot of money on gas and mileage and wear and tear in your car and all that. Good. We both agree that Jane would keep our 2 dogs. That sucks. I don't care about Jane, but his dogs, and the dogs are going to miss you. The apartment I was looking at forbid pets. Then get a different fucking apartment, dude. And also, she's right, next to a bunch of friends who can help her with pet care. Losing my relationship with the 2 dogs I dearly love has really been awful, and my heart breaks every time I see some cute pet videos. Dude, get a different fucking apartment. Those other apartment complexes, for God's sakes. Come on here. People have pets. People have dogs. Work it out. My friends helped me move in on Saturday. Oh, you're already there. One of them brought me teepee, cleaning supplies, and other basics, which was touching. But later that next day, when I was going through my cabinets, I found a bag of gummy bears, which she knows are my favorite, and I cried. Okay, I know you're going through a hard time, dude. Even crying over the gummy bears. Come on, there's a cooler candy to have than fucking gummy bears, man. Maybe they're pot gummies. As much as this whole uprooting of my life is a shit show, I'm deeply blessed to have my close friends to support me through this. Well, there you go. Your bros are with you. As for the future, I have a prediction. I don't know how long it will take, but I think Jane will try to come back to get together. After we broke up, there were 2 painful weeks while I lined up a place to live and get moved out. I told her she had anything to get out off her chest, she needed to do it before we move out. Once I was out, I let her know that I'd be going no contact for my own healing and mental health. Good idea, bro. Don't do this whole we can still be friends crap. She mentioned multiple times that she hopes we can be friends in the future, and she can't imagine a life without me involved. Says the woman who's ready to throw it all away so she can have a roll in a hay with Jessica. All the Jessicas in the world out there. Yeah, she wants you in the friend zone, so when she gets bored or the grass isn't greener, when she's done at the fish market, then she can come back to you and start again. No way. I really hope I'm wrong about this, but knowing her as well as I do, I can envision a scenario where after the initial fun of random flings wear off, she begins to miss the stability I brought in her life. Guarantee it will happen. I hope this doesn't occur because I made a specific promise to myself that if it does, I will be giving a firm no. Absolutely, man, and I guarantee you she'll be back, because they always come back. When things don't work out with Chad or Tyrone, or in this case, Jessica and Brittany, she'll be back. Her perception of you was that you were going to go along with this open relationship thing. She was wrong. But her perception of you still is that if she cries enough and gives the waterworks, I'm so sorry, you'll take her back. Don't do it to yourself, because she'll be right back doing the same crap down the road. I'm doing okay, all things considered. My new place is coming together day by day. I'm a pretty simple guy, so the most exciting thing since I moved is I got my TV set up and watched Interstellar last night after eating frozen pizza. 10 out of 10 night. Thanks to everyone in the prior threads who gave me thoughtful feedback, and those who reached out to me to check on me. It has been very touching. Well, there you go. But bro, it's going to be okay. You just take it one day at a time. But 15 years, guys, is no small thing. Think about that. That's a huge chunk of his life, 15 years. And so he's not going to get over her overnight. And not to mention get over the betrayal. But at the end of the day, this is why I say, if you find out early on in dating or in the relationship that your girl is bi, as much as you like her, as much as she promises, no, it's just like a fetish or something like that, or not even that, just simply I prefer men even though I have attraction for women, I wouldn't continue the relationship, even if she's a great gal. And it's not judgment on her, to each their own, as long as they're not hurting anybody, but that could be a problem down the road. And right here, there's the problem, 15 years in the relationship. But also, remember guys, the little detail that so many of her friends, the couples, have open relationships or polyamorous relationship, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So it's already in her head that these friends are doing it. Why can't I do it? I got my guy and I can go have fun. That's why you got to pay attention to who your girl hangs out with. For the women watching this, you pay attention to who your dude hangs out with, because that can influence him and impact your relationship. But last but not least, they want to open the relationship, it's over because they don't love you enough. If she 100% thinks, look, after all these years, I'm really attracted to women, that's how it is, and I want to break up over that, that's one thing. But what she wants is selfish. Keep him around to be with her, pay the bills, all that, while she goes have fun with women. That ain't cool. That is selfish. She doesn't love him. If this whole thing was about simply her breaking up with him because she realizes she wants to be with women, even though that would break his heart and 15 years is lost, okay. That's not the case. So they bring up the open relationship, whether it's with hooking up with Chad and Tyrone or Jessica and Brittany, it is over, end of story. Regardless of how much they're going to boo-hoo and cry and all that. And by the way, I guarantee she'll be back. 6 months from now, I guarantee there'll be an update here with her wanting to come back. Just you watch. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.